under star-filled skies, just kicking up like it could fly. Pedal to the metal, making engines scream. Life in the rear view is nothing but failed dreams. Steel beasts come roaring side by side. Thunder rolling through our hearts as beats collide. Tire smoke and engine sounds fill the air. The need for speed has consumed my stare. Racing for the win, chasing those trains. Adrenaline pumping through my veins. Chasing glory past these finish lines. Fist pumping, tire burning, donut slaying in the night. Wheels spinning, eternal fight to win. Pedal to the metal and we are all in. Racing demons leaving scars. Chasing down elusive stars. Busting knuckles become more stained dreams. Victory always comes at a price, it seems. Crowd roars echo through the night. Crossing that finish line is always a fight. Time stands still until victory has come. To the night lights as roaring engines come undone. Grit and guts keep us at the edge tonight. Looking for that checkered flag to fly. Racing for the win, chasing those dreams. Adrenaline pumping through my veins. Chasing glory past these finish lines. Fist pumping, tire burning, donut slaying in the night. Wheels spinning in eternal fight to win. Pedal to the metal and we are all in. Racing demons leaving scars. Chasing down elusive stars. Racing for the win, chasing those trains. Adrenaline pumping through my veins. Chasing glory past these finish lines. Fist pumping, tire burning, donut slaying in the night. We're spinning in eternal fight to win. Pedal to the metal and we are all in. Racing demons leaving scars. Chasing down elusive stars. Racing for the win, chasing those trains. Adrenaline pumping through my veins. Chasing glory past these finish lines. Fist pumping, tire burning, donut slaying in the night.
Hello everybody and welcome to tonight's coverage of the 5th season from the NASCAR Class C Maconi Fixed Series. This evening we're excited to be bringing you coverage of top split racing for the weekly strength of field race for the virtual Kansas Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas. Maconi Entertainment is here to bring you action from all types of racing with the top split for this series, RTP, and Fast Fridays. No matter what you're racing, we can bring the action to life. My name's Justin Prince, alongside of the booth once again, Braden Laster from the Arkham Menard series. DJ Lyons working the controls as our producer tonight. Braden, Kansas is fast and it's fun as an oval for these drivers, but tires are expected to fall off quickly. We can see up to 2 full seconds of fall off during the course of a 40-lap run tonight. With that in mind, what do you expect Hero 4 said tonight?
Yeah, 40 laps, the name of the game, 40 lap race. Pretty quick race for these guys around this 1.5 mile intermediate layout, not using the road course, not using the infield oval at all. The banking here about 17 to 20 degrees, and you mentioned being from the ARCA Menards series. I ran here in the ARCA Menards platform before, even this year back in May, and it was a fun experience. This track is pretty much a hammer down, full throttle type of track. You burp the throttle, low down corner, and it's all about carrying momentum. That's going to be a huge part for these drivers to watch here tonight.
It's going to be an interesting night as a result here from Kansas, expecting high speeds around Kansas City. Here's a look at the schedule. Bristol was last week, remember? And that was a fast half-mile oval just about when it comes to short track racing. Talladega as well to keep up the speed next week.
I see Las Vegas, another hammer-down track for these trucks. Iowa, another short track on the season. Homestead, Martinsville, this track has it all. I don't think we're missing a road course.
Yeah, it's going to be filled with ovals this campaign. Of course, the fantasy portion after Phoenix going to be interesting. Bo Griffin Jr. has had an interesting start. He's at the top of the standings over Dean Brummett. Keenan Jones, J-Bo, and Wesley Parker amongst your top 5. Those drivers separated within 100 points of each other to start off the campaign pretty tight after the opening week's races and top splits.
Dean Brummett was a name we didn't really see a whole lot last season, but we've seen him in the previous seasons here in the Maconi C Fixed Series. So glad to see him back and at it once again. And a lot of fierce competitors once again going at it for another season here.
Still early on, remember, drop weeks to think about as well as the season progresses here and throughout the rest of the months. But with that being said, qualifying's already reaching full zeros. It is moving from day to nighttime for the race conditions itself tonight, and expecting high speeds amongst our 22 drivers. Your S.O.F. estimate for tonight, by the way, of 48.04 here from Kansas. Just about all set to go for tonight's starting grid as we get set to go from Kansas City, Kansas for tosswood action. On the pole tonight, it's Dakota Lawn setting a 30.624. Caden Dietrich starts alongside a couple hundreds back. Perrin Huggins and Jalen Handcamp. Handcamp known for his road course prowess in this series. Cody Kelher, Matthew Stambaugh amongst your top 6. Wyatt Gray starts the next page alongside Tobin Keefe. Tristan Bruce starts 9th, and Pravin Vijay Kumar will round out your top 10 in this one.
Abner Acosta there in 11th. It's a 10th off quick time. Noah Raindrop there. We've seen him bits and pieces, little drop here and there. He's going off 12th. Jeff McConey was able to complete his second lap there. He's going to start 13th, middle of the field. Zach Novak, highest ranked driver coming in tonight, can be 14th place, not in the session. Late start, might start the tail end of the grid. Caden Honeycutt there in line behind those guys. Then you got Zeke Willis, Jordan Haynes, and Zachary Phillips, 16th, 17th, 18th. 19th is going to be Christian Sanford, Michael Moody 20th, and Brandon Tuberco and Jay Wright on your final row there. So mentioned Zach Novak may have to start the tail end of the field after getting here late.
Jordan Haynes to the back indeed, 22nd once he gets in session. But these drivers getting set to go of note. Just received word Jeff McConey will start from the pit lane for tonight, after not setting a second qualifying lap. Let's talk about your Maconi setup shop race analysis as touched upon. 40 laps the distance here under the lights. One green, white checkered if necessary. Fixed iRacing setups via the series rules and no faster pairs. But keep in mind, the speeds expect to stay pretty high to start at least as these drivers settle on in what should be an interesting 40 laps.
Single car speed, sorry to interrupt you, single car speed add on to your speed point, 180 miles an hour plus. Absolutely flying around here.
Your keys to a good race tonight, especially knowing it is very cold.
And very cold and very quick and very slick, that is for sure. Northwest wind, I guess, going at 11 miles an hour. So we're going to have to watch in the corners as well. But you mentioned that at the beginning of the show. Tire wear is going to be huge here. And we're going 170 miles an hour through a corner, especially one that has 20 degrees banking or less. You don't have a whole lot of grip to really carry you around here. So watch your cold tires and then watch your long run tires.
Already of note, the JRS racing truck up at the front, Dakota Lawn. Once those watching along with the broadcast, putting the gauntlet down, saying he's here to retain what's his for a race like this tonight. Let's see if that lives up to the billing or if that goes otherwise. Happy to have you with us here on iRacing social media platforms of Maconi Entertainment. It's the Maconi Fixed Series. The green flag's out. We're underway from Kansas City. Oh, look out hard of the field. Huggins clipped a bit of the apron. That causes the scattering of 3-4 wide for a moment as the 3 truck gets swallowed up.
That Cody Keller had to go below the white line, go on the apron. He's going to lose a ton of spots as well to not run over Perrin Huggins. So trouble for two of their inside stars and inside the top 5 there.
Wild start from inside row 2 indeed. You know who's going places? Chubby Shock, someone from the NASCAR Craftsman Trucks Series. Caden Honeycutt has gained 9 spots so far. He's up 10 this lap now and is looking to join the battling aggressive up front as well.
That took advantage of that bobble by Huggins, went around the outside up by the wall, just never lifted as the entire field stacked up in that number 2 truck. Caden Honeycutt, crossover 3 wide per second. He has the momentum to take the lead here from Dakota Long.
Caden Honeycutt's gone from 14th to the lead in just over 2 laps. Have you ever?
I gotta give it to him. The outside now trying to form up. Dakota Long gets a push from Caden Diedrich, actually going to upset him a little bit. Diedrich now gets a push from Tobin Keefe, and Dakota Long to the inside for the lead.
Honeycutt allowing the crossover at least from Lawn. You're expecting high speeds. Well, we're carrying more than 180 miles an hour at the heart of the pack. Dietrich Amonso's looking on the crossover. Already 2x2 behind, as now that someone like the 2 has the track position, how do you approach it? Knowing everybody wants to race aggressive, no saving early.
That big pack here going for the lead, going for the win. I mean, we're still 4 laps into this one, but these guys are racing like it's the last lap. Dakota Long with that advantage, and right now, do you need the numbers, do you need the pushes to make a move happen, or do you need momentum? Caden Honeycutt able to get through the traffic and reducing momentum, but right now he has no help. He's starting to fall back a little bit.
Still 36 laps to go in this one as Long controls the inside, offset 3 wide for a moment in the heart of the field. There's up front trying to make some move-ons. Tristan Bruce is already up to 6th. Couple others trying to sort out what line they want to run. Most preferring the top. That's the trend usually after 10.
That number's up on that high line. They're building momentum. Honeycutt goes up by the wall, expecting push from Keith. Goes back low. Keith stays high. So no help right there for Honeycutt, using the draft off of Dakota Long to build momentum down the front straightaway, and Long still hugging that white line.
Yeah, it's easy to run both lines, but momentum usually shuffles top for corner exits as the run progresses. Up the road, you see from Brandon Chaburko, Caden Honeycutt is going for a slider and just took a slider for the race lead. Sliders in through parts of the field going to be very common tonight.
They're almost staggered 3 wide for the lead. We are going to be staggered 3 wide for the lead. Honeycutt in the bottom. Tobin Keefe there in the middle. Dakota Long running the high line for the first time this race. Falls back a little bit. Trying to get the crossover off of turn 2. He's going to get it.
Take a hard cut left, why don't you? Dakota Long into a aggressive. Honeycutt forced to back off to stay at the bottom of the racetrack. Joining the fun once again is Dietrich. Seen on the spotter stand as well as in the truck throughout parts of this series the past few seasons. You know who's also making some great inroads right now? 15th to 5th joining the party. If we can look at the 4, he's in the top 5.
And Zeke Willis right there getting a bump from Jalen Hankamp and making up 10 spots already, trying to join Caden Honeycutt as the biggest mover party. And actually, because he started behind him, he's going to, if he can be able to beat Honeycutt, he'll be the biggest mover. But here comes Perrin Huggins. Nice recovery for him. Gets around Zeke Willis right there on the bottom, and Perrin Huggins in that 3 machine back up front.
Well, it's one of those with Ecstasy Sports, one of the top teams in this season's eNASCAR World Pro Qualifying iRacing Series. Just trying to ride along on the top before things single file out and becomes hard to pass. Speaking of hard to pass, Right now, things are becoming difficult to set up these lines. Some still preferring to get some clean air. Others preferring that boost for the straightaway.
Now, Perrin Huggins doesn't have has the clean air, but because of it, doesn't have any draft. He's losing momentum. He doesn't have any help behind him. Outside working around him right now, Jalen Handcamp, Zeke Willis, and Caden Diedrich all on the outside making moves, and then Brandon Tuberco also joining that party up 11 spots, currently 19th to 8th in that 19 machine.
Yeah, really things starting to clamor on in here as Huggins loses ground running this bottom line. Now Tuberco makes the pass on him in that regard. Tuberco, by the way, up 19 to 7th, and with the fastest lap of the race so far with the heavy draft. Someone to also make their way through at the quarterway mark to keep an eye on for the second half, already up 10. Well, we just got into Matthew Stambaugh, Zach Novak. That was after Stambaugh hit the wall. Novak avoids damage. Stambaugh just hit somebody in the backdrop, but Cody Kelleher.
Yeah, Cody Kelleher's been struggling to hit that bobble by Perrin Huggins at the start, and going to struggle even more. Stambaugh goes below the apron, comes back up the track, and carries too much momentum and up the track and into Cody Kelleher there. Puts Kelleher in the wall. Kelleher able to recover, but look at this replay here. You want to see Zach Novak there. Actually, Stambaugh got in the wall first. Novak in the 5 gets in the Stambaugh. Stambaugh right back up the track into Cody Kelleher.
It just takes the momentum straight into the 9. And the 9 gets the worst of it, gets some front end damage against the right front especially. In fact, Kelleher is coming on in. So Kelleher to the pit lane. Looks like he's going to pull it in after the significant damage.
Got to insult the injury, put some salt in there. When he got a speeding penalty there on his pit road exit, I think he's just going to park it for the night.
In the wall, Keith that time, and Caden Honeycutt has picked up damage from it. He tried to dodge the 22 and hit the rear end. Now he's going to be dealing with right front damage the rest of the way.
That doesn't look too catastrophic. Might actually help him. But when you're at a very low drag track that Kansas here, where you're basically on the throttle for the most part, any bit of damage isn't going to help you a whole lot. So we'll see how that affects the number 2 truck.
22 is definitely not helping in his case with the wall hits, but Tuberco now up in the top 5. We've seen Brandon do this before. He likes to go from the back to the front with the challenge.
Definitely makes it a little more exciting when you consider you started outside the top 20 and finished inside the podium spots there, which Tuberco currently trying to be close to. He started there 19th, so right there on the bubble, but was as low as 21st at one point.
Already approaching the halfway mark quickly for these drivers. And so far, everyone within 5 seconds or so of the leader if they're the main pack. Only Jeff Maconi not in the main pack. That was originally by choice after starting for the pit lane, not getting the caution flag they were looking for. So, all that being said, it's been an interesting one so far with a lot of movement. Now everyone to the top. This is where it gets hard to pass.
Yeah, Caden Honeycutt, the number 2 truck. We've talked about him all night. The white and black number 2 currently in second, trying to run a different line in Dakota Long in the corners. If it will build some momentum, I can see the battle back here in the pack is definitely building some momentum in itself. The number 17 of Noah Rainwater, trying to hold off Jordan Haynes and Christian Sanford.
Rainwater runs in a lot of different leagues. His truck doing well. Jordan Haynes, remember, had tech issues, had to start from the back after missing qualifying. That so far hasn't slowed him up. Interestingly enough, the bottom, you can make an argument that it might be in some circumstances good for the tires in the long term. Hence why some drivers prefer it rather than just stay up and do what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, in the real life scenario, that's definitely how that would work. iRacing tire model is a little bit different, pretty close, but it has its key characteristics like that some drivers like to take advantage of. But if you start up high and then go down low, it definitely won't hurt your tires as much versus trying to just send it run outside. So Caden Honeycutt, see the white car there, running the high line in 1 and 2, running down low in 3 and 4. And so far it's working, building some momentum on Dakota Long here.
Bad news for Zachary Phillips fans. He's had an incident in past couple laps that's now seen him park it. Meatball flag for truck number 8. That was with Abner Acosta a couple laps ago. Keep an eye on the leaders, though. So, despite the damage, Honeycutt's looking pretty solid. That bottom line started to really come into play, and others are starting to try it.
And you see a 3 wide for a split second behind him. Perrin Huggins down low. Look at behind him, though. It's Tobin Keefe pulling the crossover move. Shaburko up in the high line, up by the wall. And you got 3 cars on the bottom half of the track here. Keefe comes up in the puzzle. Little bit of contact, about gets turned. Still making contact, still keeping it straight.
What a save there from the 22 truck. They were glued together for a good moment or so. Tobin Keefe really utilizing the right side door with the wall contact and now with the truck contact in these battles coming up to the halfway mark. Huggins, good recovery from the mid-pack from his mistake off the restart. Now back in the top 5.
He's side by side right behind him. Tristan Bruce in the 18 on the outside. Caden Diedrich right there in the orange and purple truck on the bottom. And Zach Novak slowly inching his way up to the front here. Mentioned he had to start the back of the pack. They're getting in late. They're going to go 3 wide. Bottom of Diedrich about puts another driver up in the wall. That was Zeke Willis going around the outside of a slowed and stalled Diedrich, able to keep it going though.
For the lead, Honeycutt's reeled in Dakota Lawn despite the damage on the right side of his truck. Now has a chance for the point. Looking to set things on up here.
I see Dakota Long not quite able to play defense as much as he wanted. These two have done excellent pulling away from third, but Dakota Long not able to pull away from Honeycutt despite the damage on the right front. So Caden Honeycutt looking to the bottom now. We've seen this move time and time again. Going to get side by side, going to pull a slide job. Slide job! He's going to take the lead off of turn 4.
So the eNASCAR driver to the lead. Here comes the crossover again. Less than 20 laps to go. Now, Lawn back to the bottom of the racetrack, slides back, Honeycutt looking to cross him back up for the back straightaway, does.
That kid Honeycutt going to pull a crossover move off of turn 2. Looking on the bottom of Dakota Long here, going into turn 3. 17 laps to go. This time by Long sticks with the high line. Going to run the diamond line, though. Get some momentum here. Pull a little crossover, come off of turn 4 if he can. Not going to be able to do so.
On, still trying to build up runs as Honeycutt tries to block the wall. This forces Lawn to have to think about this move. And keep in mind, he's going to have the advantage of draft in this battle and no damage on that 14 compared to the 2. That might play some difference makers here if he can get something. Here's the thing. You see that bottom in 3 and 4? It's working for Caden.
Yeah, able to pull away Dakota Long. Now we're going to draft and try and build up the gap that Honeycutt built down the front straightaway here. So Long trying to get the draft, trying to get momentum. And he's able to pull up on him in 1 and 2 and on the front straightaway and down the back straightaway. But Caden Honeycutt nails that 3 and 4 perfectly every single time.
He is 14th in eNASCAR Coco iRacing Series standings heading into that finale next week. Should be a surprise from someone with both rear-wheel truck experience and eNASCAR experience in that regard. So coming up to 15 laps to go. Right now, Honeycutt turning lap times 2/10 quicker than Lawn. They'll need a caution to regather things back up. Speaking of things getting gathered up, in the back half, Wyatt Gray, Christian Sanford, Noah Rainwater, all fighting aggressive here.
That mentioned Caden Honeycutt's experience. They're also running in a real-life truck race this week in the 45 for Nice Motorsports. So I heard to get some seat time, get some experience. Let me tell you, this is a great way in the stacked field here to get great experience.
Especially playing the different lines, but also preparing himself what's expected to be a competitive race for the trucks themselves. Getting back to Novak, 21st, where he started just about dead last. He's looking for 7th.
Yeah, this race has been caution-free, so a little bit harder for the guys that started in the back to move up. This name's been Caden Honeycutt or Brendan Jaburka, but Zach Novak slowly but surely moving his way through the field here.
Oh, a bit of contact there. Zeke Willis to the back bumper. Doesn't provide damage, though. No harm, no foul, as Willis committed to running the bottom both sides of the racetrack, it looks like.
Let me tell you, if I'm Dakota Long right now, I am mad. I'm not mad because I can't go catch Caden Honeycutt. It's that I just don't know how to catch Caden Honeycutt. I've been in this exact same seat. Maybe Dakota Long's not able to run the bottom that Honeycutt is, but to be a drafty track as much as Kansas Speedway is, and not to be able to get a run on Caden Honeycutt as a driver would definitely make me upset.
12 laps to work with as we see Dakota Long, rather Perrin Huggins, battling with Jalen Handcamp. Handcamp doing a very solid job after some theatric road course races for the 5 this season.
Yeah, see Handcamp there right behind the 3 machine of Huggins, try and get the draft, try and maybe build some momentum and go and catch at least Dakota Long and maybe, get second there. But right now, unless a caution comes out in the next 10, 11 laps, no one has anything for Caden Honeycutt.
They're starting to spread out more and more as this run goes on for some of these drivers. Coming to 10 laps to go in the race. Jordan Haynes up no. It's also 12. Here's Caden Honeycutt. He's doing this despite the damage. He is driving like there's been nothing wrong with that 2 truck. It's been perfect from him so far, from the initial start all the way to now.
I mean, he's not carrying that much speed on the front straightaways. It's just a matter of, I think, 3 and 4, he's pulling away 2 or 3 tenths every single time. And that's what I think Dakota Long needs to start doing right here, right now, is running that bottom. I don't know if it's a dirty air thing or Dakota Long ran the top for so long it's a tire wear issue, but Honeycutt, for the first time this run, it seems, is running the top in 3 and 4, but Dakota Long just needs to start going to the bottom. I feel like, and building the momentum.
Hasn't done that. So, time ticks away as he continues up the ladder for him. Things could get interesting around Zeke Willis, I think, because they're starting to queue up. In fact, Tobin Keith is in the wall right now. You still keep an eye on the leader, but the 22 just bounced off the wall. Jordan Haynes hit him, and now is getting held up by him.
That Keith able to keep it going straight, but gonna hold up Haynes for a little bit, get a replay, see what happened. We're looking at the 22 truck. We're in this 3-wide battle here with Zeke Willis and Pravin Vijay Kumar, and 3 wide for a second. I think Keith gets too high up the track and now gets a little bit of help. I think he bobbles and then Jordan Haynes gets to the scene a little bit too late. At that point, nothing either driver could do.
So with that, Tobin Keith really struggling for the back end of this run with less than 10 laps to go. Getting swarmed now by other drivers after that hit. He's back to 11th with that, and now has damage all over the tailgate. Tristan Bruce making the pass. Sanford doing the same for the bottom.
That Sanford driver I'm talking about, a whole lot of bobble up front from the mid-pack though. Brant Chaburko into the wall, I believe. And just had a bobble on the corner exit. Zach Novak going to take advantage and get around Chaburko for that 5th spot. He's got Jalen Handcamp right there in line. So this pack, I'm not really sure what happened to Huggins, or he had to help. Huggins is there in 3rd. I'm not really sure what happened to his help though. Remember, there were 2 or 3 cars up here chasing down Dakota Long, and they've just all kind of faded away. The replay, the bobble there by Chaburko that allowed Zach Novak to get a run off the corner. Wasn't huge. I just don't know if we lost your grip there. He didn't hit the wall or anything.
As a result, with 6 laps to go, Chaburko outside the top 5. Novak getting some give and take, it looks like, with Handcamp for the 4th spot at least as well. 5 laps to work with, side by side, as Novak goes for the slider. Has himself clear of the 5's nose. Looks to complete it, does.
Zach Novak now up to 4th. As Perrin Huggins has cut Dakota Long for 2nd. And let me tell you, he's been doing it by running the bottom in 3 and 4. The exact thing that Dakota Long hasn't been doing, and that's why he's fallen off the lead here to Caden Honeycutt.
And remember, Huggins has been able to do things like this before in these types of races, perform in the condition to race wins. Dakota Long the same, but tonight just overpowered by one of the drivers in the NASCAR Coke Series and for the Craftsman Trucks Series. 3 laps to go. Here comes Huggins looking to battle his buddy.
That battle here for a second. We've seen Perrin, like you mentioned, be competitive all season long in any race, no matter the competition. Came with Dakota Long, but no one has had anything for Caden Honeycutt.
And Huggins set this up, though, for a pass is the question on Long. Right now, 1 truck length the gap. This time by, looking at the intervals, it was Huggins who was quicker by near a 1/10 of a second. That's not going to be enough to make a pass. Needs to be another 1/2 tenth to a 10th.
Might see a slide drop in the next couple laps here. Coming in 2 laps to go, cross the line. So Honeycutt cross line right now. It makes you wonder, JP. Remember, Huggins had that bobble, had that stack up there with Cody Keller on the initial opening lap that allowed Caden Honeycutt to basically pass 10 cars on the opening lap. If he had to work his way through traffic, would he be up here? Would he be this dominant?
All that being said here, it was a rocket of a start for Caden Honeycutt. He wanted to go places immediately, picked the perfect lines immediately, and went straight to the front, and that set the tone. White flag is out. Final time around here from Kansas. Honeycutt has outright been the fastest driver on property tonight. Zach Novak just took the fastest laps on this point of the run, but he's out of time. Caden Honeycutt, he got the fastest laps early, got the track position in battle. Slide job for Huggins, looking to take away second. Dakota Long crosses over. Caden Honeycutt takes the win at Kansas, while Dakota Long crosses over to hold on to second.
Yeah, very tight battle across the line there. Dakota Long had mentioned going to take home second place. And let me tell you, the battle all through the pack definitely went to the very end. And the final couple laps here, Jeff Maconi started in the pits, finally cut the tail end of the lead pack, albeit about 40 laps too late.
And so the cool down lap already sees drivers quickly getting themselves away from the facility. Let's take a break. We come back post-race coverage. You're watching iRacing social media platforms and Maconi Entertainment for coverage of the Maconi Fixed Series.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to tonight's coverage here from Kansas, from the Maconi Fixed Series, here on iRacing social media platforms and Maconi Entertainment. Let's take a look at your in-sim official race results. In the end, 20 of the 22 able to take the checkered flag as Caden Honeycutt gets the win by more than 2 seconds despite damage on his truck. Dakota Long and Perrin Huggins, the top 3. Novak and Willis in the top 5. Then Vijay Kumar able to move up to 6th, the Canadian over Handcamp, who fell late. Jordan Haynes able to move up late as well from 22nd, dead last. Brandon Chaburko and Kristen Sanford, your top 10 tonight, Braden.
That Tristan Bruce there, we saw him in the middle of that mid-pack battle. He's going to finish 11th. Wyatt Gray there in 12th. Noah Rainwater, the Raindrop kid, is going to drop there to 13th. Abner Acosta has a couple incidents throughout the night, able to keep it going straight though. He's going to finish 14th. Jay Riot there, quiet riot for him. He's going to finish 15th. Kaden Diedrich dropped from 2nd to 16th. He's going to do that back in Scamball. 17th, Michael Moody, and 18th, Tobin Keefe, who saw his late race incident there. 19th, Desmond Maconi, 4 laps too late, able to catch a lead pack. Not able to do much with it. He's going to finish last car running and last run lead up in 20th. And Zachary Phillips and Cody Keller, your 2 DNFs tonight.
Let's look top to bottom at the running order here tonight as drivers get ready to stand on by here for post-race coverage. We do have a couple drivers standing on by already. In fact, I believe we have your race winner who's just joining. Gets it by 2.3 seconds. Caden, you put on some dominating pace here tonight. How are you feeling?
Oh, well, it was really fun. I haven't had a C Fix go green this week that I've raced the past couple of days. So, yeah, we didn't qualify there. I wanted to start in the back and just, have fun and figure out some things. And we were able to get to the front and have a really good race there with Dakota. And yeah, this was really fun. I enjoyed it and had a lot of fall off. The setup was very hard to drive, which is, I like how it is every week. So shout out Maconi Setup Shop for putting out a good set this week. Yeah, just really fun. Looking forward to the real race on Friday. So we'll yeah, just on here for fun and just figured we'd do something cool.
Well, it's iRacing setups, believe, when it comes to this series. Maconi Setup Shop's a sponsor for this Fixed Series this season once again. But in regards to the River Truck Race, how are you feeling about that? Because I know it's been a busy time for you with the trucks as well as with the Coke Series.
Yeah, just obviously the Coke Series hadn't gone the way that I was hoping for, but we've had a much better season than I've had my first 2 starts in the series. So just missed out on the playoffs this year, but I really enjoyed my time in the Coke Series and put a lot of effort into try to win races and put Junior Motorsports into the playoffs. But unfortunately, it just didn't happen. Had a lot of things that just didn't go what we needed to. I managed to throw away Dover. I felt like that was our ticket to make the playoffs, and I messed up on a restart. So, yeah, it was really fun. I've enjoyed my time in Coke Series, but yeah, just have one more to finish off in Homestead. Finish on a high note. Everyone at Junior Motorsports, Blake Cook, and Filter Time deserve it. So, yeah, we'll go on to Homestead next week and try to win a race there.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Katie. Congratulations on the win. And by the way, I don't know if you realize you did it well with significant right front damage, pulling away by 0.2 a lap.
Oh, I did not know that. I knew the 22 got up in the fence. I hit the brake to try to turn around the racetrack, but I couldn't get it turned down hard enough, and I got hooked on his bumper, and it gave me a 4X. So that's really surprising. I'm not sure if that actually helped me or hurt me. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. I actually did not know that. I'll have to look back at that.
Once again, Caden Honeycutt putting on a dominating performance here in this one. Did have Dakota Lawn standing on by, but I believe he's going back and forth between his truck and the racetrack itself right now. I'll ask you this, Braden, till we maybe see if we get him back here, is your thoughts on tonight, on what we've seen. Dominating up front, and Dakota Lawn had to fight to get that second.
That was a fight all race long. Led a handful of laps there, but let me tell you, if they're going to try and hang off anyone, there's a very few drivers you don't want to sit there and rough up, or you're okay getting beat by Katie Honeycutt. Definitely one of those drivers I'd be okay coming home a second with. And I mean, we mentioned it was going to be 4 lap race. We did expect it to go caution free though. That was a huge thing. I don't think many drivers expected there. And when we saw some drivers start in pit lane, and it didn't quite work for them. So hopefully next time out they'll have a little bit better luck.
Well, next time, oh boy, Braden, they better have the luck. Talladega. That's a different one to hope for luck at.
That hoping we don't have a caution-free. I mean, hope we do have a caution-free race once again there. That's a track I've had the privilege of being ramped at in Arkham Menards platform at 185 miles an hour. So it should hopefully be a fun time for these truck drivers.
Once again, same time, same place, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, October the 2nd. Be sure to tune in for S.O.F. night for the Maconi Fixed Series once again here on iRacing and Maconi Entertainment. On that note, it's time to say goodbye. I thank race sponsor once again, Maconi Setup Shop, as well as our viewers for tuning on in. Calling the action tonight was myself, Justin Prince. Brad Lester was in the booth. DJ Lion was our producer. Thanks to our viewers for watching tonight's action, and we hope you stay tuned to our social media pages for our next race. Thanks to the entire staff for the work in bringing this racing to you tonight. This has been a production of Maconi Entertainment. We'll see you next time when we go racing at Dega.